I hear a lot from people where a person they love very much, a person in their life, has just gotten an awful diagnosis. And if that's you, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for them. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry that this has upended the life that you wanted to have with them. It is not a fun club to be in, to know that feeling. And there's not enough language for being next to being like right up alongside of that kind of pain. I can only picture what it's like to be the terrible sad patient. So if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind just sharing a couple things that worked for me, knowing that I can't entirely be in your shoes as the person watching. But as the sufferer, I was acutely aware that nothing they could say was really going to make it better. So I needed a lot less language than I thought. I just needed somebody who wasn't scared when they looked at me. Like, you can tell when people are trying to like nibble around the edge because they're just like, oh, what am I supposed to give you? And I know the answer is you cannot give me what I need. You can't give me the promise that my life is going to turn out the way it needs to. So because of that, I just loved people who could just be close to me, regardless of whether they had words. But I did love presence. Not going to say I didn't love presence. I love them so much. Yeah, give me things. Give me lots of things. That was always in the mix. The second thing I found really helpful was from the ring theory. Maybe you've heard of it, where you can imagine the person who's primarily affected as in the center of a ring, and then there's concentric circles around it. That you perhaps are maybe the person closest to them or almost the person closest, but to locate yourself in a kind of ecology of care around that person. And one of the great little rules of the ring theory is that you're allowed to, you have to give in and dump out. Dump is a horrible word, but I'm going to use it anyway. So the person in the center can expect, the kind of listening, etc., but doesn't really need to hear the like, and this is really hard on me, and haven't you really thought about how this is affecting so-and-so? I would sometimes get well-meaning people who was trying to explain to me how hard it was for my husband. Oh no, I get it. But I already felt guilty, so I didn't really need to hear it. But it was really important for me to know that the people I loved, because I felt so guilty that it was affecting them, had people that they could rely on. So it's important, yes, give in, but also it's important to get your own network of support. And for the person suffering, they want to know that you're taken care of. They want to know that you're loved and that you do more than just feel sad, that you have still a beautiful life that supports the weight of your life too. Another bit is just to really think about the crisis versus chronic nature of what you're going through. You probably know that right at the start, there's kind of this outpouring, and then it really tapers off. And that can be really painful and really lonely. But also, let's just be clear, there's nothing wrong with you. Just because people taper off, they peter off because people are dumb and their brains are finite and they get distracted, and they probably still really love you, but we're all like kind of morons in the face of pain. It's almost like we've synthesized all that information and we just forget that it's still as real for you as it was the day they found out. So living in a chronic situation requires that you get the kind of network of support that can be the kind of steady person, maybe if they're not the sort of Olympic sprinter person. So maybe that you had the people who are kind of the friendship first responders, great. Those might not be the same people that you get in the long haul. So for instance, I'm learning to be a long hauler right now. And so something I do is I just pick a day. Like, my friend who's suffering is not someone who's going to reach out very easily. So I just commit to every Monday, I'm going to drop her off something. I'm very close to her, so that's the kind of level of what I want to do. But like, she might not, like, she might be in bed, she might not come out, but like every Monday she knows that she's getting something from me. So it could be a text, it could be a whatever. It's usually mascara. I don't know why I've really committed to that. But like trying to, and I know it might sound like, well, I don't want to ask people to whatever, but I find that the more concrete you can be with people, the better. So if you say, my life is just going to stay really hard, and I know that you might not always be able to be as clued into that, but if every couple weeks you could send me insert your love language, like a funny link, just call to check in, like go for a walk, like whatever your need is, try to be concrete. And I know that you are likely to be very disappointed by lots of people, but that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, and that doesn't mean that if you try again, it won't work with somebody else. Chronic pain, chronic care is hard, but your life needs support and beauty in it too. So, and you shouldn't feel guilty for knowing that you're gonna need a lot to walk this hard road. So bless you for doing it. And I'm so sorry that tragedy just creates these huge ripples in all of our lives. It's hard to find the kind of support we need. And at the same time, like this is the intensity of our humanity. We don't stop needing things, and neither do you. So bless you.